Hello and welcome to Whisky.com, where fine spirits meet. And today we have a new standard edition from Fettercairn. And it's a really good standard edition. It's a 16-year-old, 46.4% ABV. And I'm going to tell you a bit about the ingredients in there later. But let's talk about Fettercairn beforehand. And Fettercairn is a Highland single malt distillery, but it's a very southern Highland single malt distillery. And it's just near the lowlands, maybe half an hour inwards to the highlands. And it's just south of the Grampian Mountains and gets a lot of fresh water from the Grampian Mountains. And what they do is they do have a very special technique of distilling. They are cooling the neck of the spirit still, or the still, with water. And they don't have an enclosed water system like a Lomond still, but they do have a special ring. It's really interesting, really beautiful, and there's a distillery video there. You can see it, but if you really want to enjoy it, you have to visit it. If you ever come to Edinburgh, I think it's maybe half an hour, 40-minute drive from Edinburgh to Fettercairn, or maybe 1 hour, I'm not quite sure. And it's really beautiful. And if you go to their still house and they are really distilling, then you see clouds of not smoke but steam going up, and it's like a sauna in there. It's a really nice place. It's really hot, and you hear the humming of the stills, and there's a bit of a scent of whiskey in the air. And when you go into the fermentation room, there's also a scent of fermented beer in there, and you can see the Grampian Mountains in the end, and there are a lot of fermenters there. It's a really beautiful place. So go to the Fettercairn distillery. It's a bit of a jam. Not that many people go to the Fettercairn distillery. It's not one of these high visitor attraction where they push you through with lots and lots of visitors, but it's a little jam there. And so what's in the Fettercairn 16-year-old? First of all, it's very new. It's a new addition to the standard edition, and the ingredients is a very special malt. It's a chocolate malt, they say, and it's a malt that has been malted in a very special way, and that gives a bit of a chocolate flavor to the whiskey. We will find out about that. And the other thing is the maturation. It's bourbon cask and then finished in sherry and port wine cask. So it's a bit of a shame that Horst is not here, because he's a big fan of the port wine casks. So I think enough said. Let's try the unicorn. The unicorn is the symbol of the Fettercairn distillery, and also the national animal of Scotland. So there are not many Scottish unicorns going around, so it's very special if you see one. And also you can't really photograph them in any videos, so don't look on the internet and you will find only fakes there. If you want to see the real unicorn, you have to go to the Fettercairn distillery. It's a beautiful bottle as well. They did a redesign, so there are lines on the bottle, and that is really interesting. Let's forget about the bottle. Let's talk about what I have here in the glass. It's a wonderful, charming, intriguing smell with even chocolate. So it does smell but one of these are raisin chocolates. I'm not quite sure if you've been blessed during your childhood with this raisin chocolate, but I didn't like the chocolate with raisins when I was young, but as a smell, it's pretty nice. So the lovely normal chocolate with a bit of a milk chocolate smell is in the flavor. It's definitely now a bittersweet chocolate, with a lot of cacao in it. But there are also a lot of fruits in it. So it's darker than expected, but it's pleasantly dark flavors. A bit of a smooth, silky touch, rose. Here and there is a fruit. Ripe fruits, fresh fruits, ripe fruits. Bit of dried fruits as well. Yeah. Some figs, some dates. Now it's getting a bit more, the smell is getting a bit more fresher. One of these very, very ripe pears, or a pear smoothie. I think it's pronounced pear, but you know what I mean. Oh yeah, it's a good one. 16 years, and it has a nice mature taste to it. So yeah, it's a good addition to the range of Fettercairn. I still have a bit of an odd range with very old, very young, and now we have something in the middle with 16, which is 16 is still pretty old. 16 is so, yeah, standard, premium, something between standard and premium. But yeah, I like it. I would have expected a higher price. It's around 70-ish. Depends on where you are. Probably in America it's a bit more like 80, depending on which state and which taxes you have. I would have expected higher price, but it's a lovely whiskey. I like it. It's nice, smooth, sherry port, very, very heavy influence in that direction. It's not a sherry bomb, but it's a very heavy influence in the sherry direction. So have a look around. I think it's worth it, and it was in the news quite a lot because there's not much coming out from Fettercairn. I think they discontinued a few no-age statements, and now they have a very nice addition to their standard range. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.